Marvel's Spider-Man 2 has just recently been released, and I feel like most of us have been enjoying this game, playing the hell out of this game. And instead of doing a full-on review, because I think it's pretty apparent, maybe too obvious, that I enjoyed the hell out of this game, so instead I want to list 5 things that I loved the most about Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Let's start with number 1. The gameplay. It's more of the same, sure, but more and better. Yes, flying through New York, I'm talking about swinging and just the effects of the city, seeing Spider-Man do his thing, is some of the best parts of this game because it just feels so easy to do. It's fluid. It almost seems more fluid than the 2018 game that we all enjoy, but adding things like the web wings, I never knew how much I would enjoy gliding through the city and using the wind in order to get from point A to point B much faster. It also makes me think, what are your excuses, Warner Brothers? Make that Superman game. Look how fun flying with a superhero can be. Also adding different moves like parrying, which is blocking moves which you couldn't do previously, so that makes you feel even more powerful. But playing with the symbiote moves, adding a whole new side of your move set that involves the symbiote, it makes you feel so strong, so powerful. And luckily, even though you get past the part in the story where Peter takes the suit off, I love that the game found some BS cheap way to give you your own symbiote suit, the anti-venom suit, just for the excuse to let us keep the symbiote powers and moves. I appreciated that. It was very well used. Number 2, way better Mary Jane missions. I would argue that as good of an idea as it was in the previous game to have Mary Jane missions, I like being able to play as Mary Jane, go on secret missions, reporting missions, and go undercover. That's all cool in theory, and I think it gives Mary Jane something to do. The problem is that in the first game, you felt powerless. You felt hopeless. Also, the Miles missions, before he gets his powers, you're just sneaking around, and sure, maybe it helps to bring something different, but it didn't work, or not as much as I think they wanted. This time around, when you play as Mary Jane, she actually can be a badass. You can sneak around if you choose to, but also you have this gun, the stun gun that takes out attackers, hunters, but also she's able to kick some ass. Is it viable that Mary Jane should be able to take these guys out? Probably not, but I love that they made her more proactive. So whenever we cut back to a Mary Jane part, I wasn't rolling my eyes anymore. I wasn't saying, oh god, here we go again. Number 3, this might be the best Peter Parker black suit story I have ever seen. And that's saying a lot because this is a story that has been done a lot, has been retold over and over again. And watching Peter, I think it's partially because this is a Peter that we've known to love and come to love from the last game, so you feel connected with who this Peter Parker is. And so seeing him change his demeanor, hearing the voice actor Yuri changing his demeanor and how much more evil he sounds and threatening he sounds, even when you're going around doing random things around the city, taking out random criminals, he sounds so hardcore. And there are points where this black suit Spider-Man is scary. The whole sequence where he's in the tunnels chasing after Mary Jane. Sure, Peter's asleep, but still, they turned Black Suit Spider-Man into a horror character, essentially. And you didn't know what this version of Spider-Man was capable of. And there even came a point later on in the story where you thought, or at least I thought, Peter was going to choose the suit, where he was going to maybe even become Venom. I would not have enjoyed that, but the story did a good job of setting that up and making it seem like a possibility, more so than I think it ever has before. Number 4, getting to play as Venom. This was such a surprise, such a well-loved surprise on my part. When this first happened and when Harry first becomes Venom and the story changes to where you're in control of Venom and you're running around taking out all of the Oscorp guards, I lost my shit. I was howling with joy. I was so ecstatic. I wasn't expecting it. I kind of hoped it. Some people theorized it might happen, but I wasn't banking on it. So when it happened, it was great. Venom is so OP. He's so powerful. He's so just a destruction of force that it was very satisfying. Even when you get to the part where you're Venom and you're facing Kraven the Hunter and you overpower him, he makes it look easy. Kraven, previously a villain that seemed very threatening early on. Number 5, I love that the last half of the story basically turned into a remake of Web of Shadows. If anybody's ever played Spider-Man Web of Shadows back on the PS3, I love that game. I thought the story is where that game shines the most, with how dark it goes and how powerful and overcoming the symbiote does come across, and how it takes over New York. We pretty much redid that here, and it was insane to see parts of New York covered by symbiote, having regular civilians in the city running around, taking over, and it looked daunting. It looked like there's no way we can come back from this. And as somebody who's been begging for a remaster of Web of Shadows, this made me feel all too good. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have played Marvel's Spider-Man 2. What did you think of it? Did you like it as much as I did? Are you still in the middle of playing it? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.